What's going on YouTube? Blaze Shuttlethorn here, coming back at you with another Wi-Fi battle. This one's going to be a mixed tier OU team, as you can tell from my team preview and my opponent's team. My opponent is JustWeavile, or Jack. I will leave his channel link down in the description below. If you follow Pokemon Leagues, you might know him. I think he's in the MPL League, which is one of the leagues that I know of, and I don't even follow leagues, so I don't know everybody in there, but it's the league name that I do know, so definitely subscribe to his channel, watched a couple of his videos. Gotta say, makes some pretty prime content, like his style of narration, so definitely worth checking out. A little inspiration when I was building my team, I was sort of like throwing together stuff like mixed tier OU, and I don't really have a standard mixed tier thing, so I was just like throwing teams together. As you saw from the team preview, team's hyper offensive, and I threw a Sneasel on there because the guy's name is JustWeavile, and I was like, I'm gonna bring a Sneasel because I'm gonna be funny, and that was the reason why I brought Sneasel. I would have brought a Weavile, but I had already 2 OU Mons on my team, and I didn't want to bring more than 2 OU Mons to a mixed tier battle because that's just rude. Would you bring more than 2 OU Mons when someone asks for a mixed tier? It's just rude. So anyways, I lead off with Weavile, expecting him to lead off with his Frostlass. If he didn't lead off with Frostlass, I was expecting to hit him on top. But he instead leads off with his Charizard. And I'm like, fine, I'll go for an Ice Punch. Maybe get the freeze. I don't get the freeze, and he ends up Fire Blasting me. I am Focus Sashed, so I know I can live any one hit. And at the range of HP that the Charizard was at, if he would have stayed in and Fire Blast again, I would have brought his Mega down to a considerably low range of HP, so I was very pleased about that, and it was worth staying in and going for an Ice Punch. He instead decides to switch out, and he's going to go out and do his Hitmontop. I'm okay with that. Judging by that damage, that tells me it's defensive plus leftovers. So I'm going to scout right here for the Mach Punch and or Pursuit, because it's very good information to know if he has either one of those. So I'm going to go for the knockoff. He instead shows me Toxic. He does not show me either Pursuit or Mach Punch. And judging off my vast knowledge of Smogon, that tells me that he doesn't have either. He's going to be standard defensive Hitmontop with like Rapid Spin, Toxic, maybe like Close Combat, and some filler move. I don't even know. So I'm going to go out into Fly By Night, because this is the amazing like MLG Noivern set. Power Herb, Sky Attack. This is like the greatest set I've ever created in my entire life. I've used it on a couple of Pokemon, like the exact same move pool, or pretty much the exact same move pool. And this was the one that I recently worked on, because there's no Flying Gem anymore, so I have to improvise. So Power Up Sky Attack, it works. So he's gonna bring out his Frostlass here. I'm gonna go out into Frisky because I don't know what. I apologize. There was a car that just went really like right by my window. I was like, wow, seriously? Like as soon as I start recording, this happens. He Icy Winds instead of revealing Ice Beam, which I have to say I did not expect that. Sunlight fades. Sunlight doesn't even really matter. I'm gonna Mega Evolve, and I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave because I'm like, okay, now he's gonna reveal like Shadow Ball or something like that. If I live, I can paralyze it, and I'll be ready to effectively deal with the rest of the stuff. He instead goes for the Taunt, which is a much better play in my opinion, and that also tells me that he is probably Lead Suicide. And if he is Lead Suicide, then Icy Wind is his only attack. And if Icy Wind is his only attack, then he's going to switch out. So I'm gonna go for the knockoff, and I knock off this incoming Kingdra's Lumberry. And right here I make another ballsy play. I predict him to either set up like a Dragon Dance in my face, or I didn't even know like Substitute. Substitute didn't even register in my mind. I was like, he's gonna Dragon Dance predicting my switch. So I'm gonna stay in and Shadow Claw, breaking that thing sub, which is fantastic. Right here I'm gonna go for the Thunder Wave because I would have Will-O-Wisp, but number one, I couldn't risk the miss. And number two, I couldn't risk him being special and just like dropping a Draco on my face and killing me. And I was like, I don't want that to happen. And plus, Para was like a nice even ground. But I actually lived the Outrage that he goes for on 9 HP, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm able to Shadow Claw to pick up the KO on the Kingdra. So this Mega Bayonet is putting in nice work. I like it a lot. He's gonna go out into the Torterra, and I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp predicting him to set up his rocks. As he does set up his rocks, because me switching out and preserving this would have been great. Like it would have been a good play, and like going for rocks was his better play in my opinion. So he made the correct play. I mean, even though he got burned in the process, what he did was he trapped my Mega Bayonet because I didn't bring a spinner. So I mean, it was a really good play. It was just a good play, and he also kills off my my Weavile, or my Sneasel, Wait, no, Cecil already died. I don't know. I'm getting confused in my narration, and I don't know what's happening. But what I do know is happening is I'm sending out my my mana fee. And what I could do right here is I could tail glow at the cost of half my HP because Wood Hammer while burn does 50 to 59%. But instead I go for an Ice Beam because I'm like, I could, but it's in the long run it's not worth the amount of damage I'm going to take. So I'm just going to play it safe, Ice Beam, and kill off the Torterra, which I do. And now what he's going to do is he's going to bring out his Knight, his Gallade. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna Scald this thing. I'm just going to go for a Scald. Hopefully I get the burn. But luck is not on my side. I got the survival. I get 2 survivals actually because I'm able to live this because I put a lot of HP investment. Well, not a lot of HP investment, but I put like a specific amount of HP investment to live certain hits, and so it's doing what it's supposed to do and it lived hits. I don't outspeed some things, but I think I outspeed like base 90s or something like that. I don't even know, but I'm able to pick up the KO on Gallade. That's what I do know because of the defense drop. So that's nice. And plus I get a little bit more leftovers HP. So he's gonna go back out into the Charizard. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. He's gonna Solar Beam and kill me off. I thought for a moment maybe I could speed tie with him, and then I realized I put all that HP investment. If I didn't put all that HP investment, I would have died to close combat. So that's that. So I died to Solar Beam. I could have potentially switched out into Noivern and preserved that for switch Death Fodder later, but I wasn't really thinking. I was like, cool. Free switch into Noivern, that's what this is right now. No one of his attacking moves unless he carries the random Dragon Pulse. And I say random because I checked out this guy, or I didn't check him out before battle, but he is really good at competitive play. Or not really good, but I don't really know. He's good in this battle, and I assume he knows what he's doing, and Dragon Pulse is just like a terrible move to have on Charizard regardless, so I didn't think he had it. What happens here is I go for the Acrobatics, just get some damage off on it. Then I switch out into Quack as Death Fodder for this Frostlass, because everything else on my team is weak to Frostlass. Like Frostlass was his win condition, and him switching it in right here was, in my opinion, a mistake. But at the same time, it was probably his best play because he couldn't have swept me with just Icy Wind. Like if he had Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, like even if he just had Ice Beam, he would have had a better chance of winning this game. I think I still won, but because he had Icy Wind, like him switching out there was probably his better play. So. Anyways, gonna go out into my Terrakion. Right here I make a ballsy play. I go for the Stone Edge right here. If I would have clicked Close Combat, or just Close Combat, would have gotten the necessary damage off on it. I could have cleaned up the game with Acrobatics, because Acrobatics was the roll was in my favor, but it was a roll to kill the Charizard. So, I don't know. That's the game. Anyways, I get a 2-0 victory in my favor, if you can understand that from the garbled narration of randomness. But that's the game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and a comment down below. Definitely check out my opponent. He's worth checking out. He makes nice videos. I subscribe to him, so you should too, if you trust my judgment at all. That's game. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.